Hi investors, Joe here. Let's run one of my favorite screens on Marketsmith and see if we can find some strong stocks. And the key will be finding some that are right at the sweet spot, not too extended, but set up constructively enough that we can put them on our list to watch next week. My name's Joe. I've been investing since 1996. I specialize in technical analysis, William O'Neill and Mark Minervini style training. And if you would like to follow my portfolio and focus list each week, be sure and check out my Patreon in the description below. There's a 7-day free trial. Now, let me show you how to set up this screen. And if you already know how to do this, you can just skip ahead about 30 seconds. So you open Marketsmith. Marketsmith is a subscription stock database. You open up Marketsmith and you pick new screen right here, and let's just call this sample because I already have this one set up. And so we're going to start with 11,000 stocks in the Marketsmith database, and I'm going to run one that gives us the relative strength of 88% or higher. That means stocks that are higher, performing stronger than 88% or more of the other stocks in the database. That'll be our first filter, and then I'm going to add a 88 plus composite rating. The composite rating is a conglomerate. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a conglomeration of earnings per share, relative strength, industry group strength, sales profit margins, accumulation distribution. So all of those will give us the composite rating. So first we type in relative strength 88 to 99. And sometimes I run this screen, but this gives us 1,248 charts to look through. I don't have time to do that today, do you? So let's also just add composite rating 88 to 99, and that will truncate it down to a somewhat manageable list of 400 stocks. The reason I pick 88 for relative strength is that's the cutoff that Mark Minervini uses. 97% of his trades are on stocks with a relative strength of 88 or higher. He wants to be he's a momentum trader and buying stocks that are high and moving higher, and that is the game that I play as well. The only exception is sometimes he'll buy coming out of an IPO base or something like that, and because it's been sliding sideways for the first 3 or 6 months of its existence, it's going to have a relative strength of less than 88. So then you have the screen results down here, and you can organize it by current price. You can organize it, let's see, current price, the most expensive, NVR, Booking Holdings, Chipotle. You can organize it by relative strength. Got a bunch of 99s here. Now the problem with 99s, you would think, well, why not just buy the stocks that are at 99? Well, because many of the 99s are overextended. Let's see, we can also look, let's just glance at see what some of these industries are. Computer software, biotech, retail, finance, internet, electrical, aerospace, and then way down here at number 34, oil and gas, transport. That's the shippers due to the pirates in the Red Sea. So the usual suspects, and these are areas we want to frequent in. These are the industries that are most likely to give us big gains and are not cyclical. Now that you have your list, what you can do is just click on the first one, Alarum Technologies, and then spacebar your way. That actually looks pretty good. It's getting a bit parabolic and coming into resistance there. We'll think about it. What you can do then is just spacebar through like so, but I'm going to take it a step farther. What I did was I exported it into Excel, and then I moved it to stockcharts.com because that's where all of my portfolios are, and I really like the charts and the annotation abilities on stockcharts.com better. So let's jump over to that now and let's look at some charts. Okay, here's that same list on stockcharts.com. And just for fun, let's look at these 4 that made these huge moves on the last trading day. Let's open those up. And we can also do a volume. Actually, let's not do that. Let's just look at these 5 that made big moves, and then let's just roll through some charts. Got about a half an hour here. We'll just see what we see. Maybe we can find some new ones for the focus list. So the first one, 𝐻-𝐵, this is a therapeutic, probably a pre-rev biotech. Must have had a big announcement. Nice looking cup here, running right into supply. 10-year chart, lots of overhead resistance. I'm just going to pass on this one for the moment. CIX, huge explosion. I don't know what this company is. Do you guys know? Let's see. 1 second. CIX. Household furniture. Wow. Why would a furniture company be making such a huge move? Now I'm curious. So let's go to Seeking Alpha. This is my partner. I encourage you to check out Seeking Alpha Premium. Link in the description. Right now we're just doing CIX. Just trying to figure out why it moved so spectacularly. I don't see any news item on this. Wow, very surprising. Clearly some big fish decided to buy. We got a little head and shoulders action here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Huge breakout. Making an all-time high. Let's just put this on my secondary watch list on my Patreon. Let's just put that on my watch list. Okay, let's keep moving here. 𝐼MNM. This is another biotech immunotherapy. Here's our buy point right here. This is woefully extended at this point. Lots of overhead supply. I'm going to pass on that one as well for now. Denison Mines. Interesting. Mining company. Uranium. Oh, okay. So this is part of the uranium play. And looking at the weekly here, it has rounded out a pretty nice cup. It's really a low price. You have to be careful with low price stocks. This company, it's not really making any money yet. Maybe it just started producing uranium exploration and production. But let's interesting. Yeah, here's our big cup. Kind of a handle, although the handle drooped awfully far. Let's put this on the secondary watch as well. And this is perhaps starting to make a trend channel. See this trend channel? And what we can do, it's not quite perfect, but what we can do is buy the bounces off the bottom of the channel, sell or hold as it bounces off the top of the channel. Let's put this one again on the secondary watch list. Got it. And TIMB. Oh, this is one I had open from earlier this morning. Brazilian Telecom. This is looking really good. See how it's bouncing off this ascending 50-day line. The first time a stock tags up with its 50-day line after a strong breakout, usually a spot where institutions are going to be buying. I'm actually thinking about buying this on January 16th, the next trading day. Let's go back to our list. So let's switch out of summary view and just go to chart list view. And I'm just going to roll through these. There's 400 stocks. I'm going to stop the video and then I'll pause if I see something that is set up nicely. All right, let's take a look. Here's American Eagle. I have traded this one before. Let's look at the 10-year chart. This looks very cyclical. This looks like an oil stock, doesn't it? Right now it is running up. All right, I'm back. The dog was barking. I just had to pause the video for a minute. I want to just put this on our secondary watch list as well. So I will do that and be back in just a sec. It's just too choppy and messy right now. Let's wait for it to set up. Okay, this is interesting. AFYA. What does this do? I've never heard of this one either. Brazil-based medical and healthcare education. Nice uptrend here on the daily. Decent numbers, nothing spectacular. Rounding out the right side of a base. No dividend, profitable company. Recent IPO. Definitely shown strength the last year or so. Was dead money for 5 years or so. This actually looks pretty good. The fact that it's getting support just above the 50-day instead of on the 50-day tells us that the institutions are interested in getting in this one early. We had a long base. We had a nice kind of a malformed double bottom here. Here's your traditional handle. And then you would buy. It's definitely a little messy. I probably wouldn't have bought it all there. Would have certainly been tempting to buy right here. Came back in, broke out for real wild shakeout here. And now we are getting this pullback. Honestly, if this, once this clears 21.5, I would be comfortable putting on a half position. Let's add this to my Patreon focus. So yeah, every weekend I show my current holdings and I show stocks that may well be buyable within 5 trading days if they build out constructively. So we just added that to the list. Let's see, here's A&F, Abercrombie & Fitch. What a beast this has been. This looks like the ELF chart from, was that 2022 or 23, where it just was in the nicest, most consistent trend channel for many, many months. A&F is doing the same thing. It has gotten tighter though. Yeah, it's just a little tight. Bumping up against 100. You know there's got to be sellers lined up there at 100. So I'm going to just patiently wait and watch. Let's put it on our secondary watch list. Here's Burke, the leather, what can we call them? Hippie sandals. IPO. Here's your IPO base. It was pretty short. Broke out. Wild price action. And now it's trying to make a second base of sorts. This is actually a pretty decent, let's just draw this in for fun, pretty decent looking double bottom. I'm going to wait for it to get above 50 and then maybe make some sort of a handle here. The O'Neill buy point would be 51, but maybe if it ran up and then gave us a tight platform to trade off of, we could cheat on this one a little bit. Let's put this on the focus list as well. Might take it more than 5 days to do that, but this is one I definitely want to keep my eye on. So let's put it on. Let's put it on the focus list. And just glancing at the fundamentals, I'm not going to show you the fundamentals on all of these, but here we see a nice acceleration of earnings, acceleration of sales, improving gross margins, exactly what we want to see. And most of these are going to be like this because they have a composite rating of 88 or higher. You know, it looks like earnings are happening on the 18th in 3 days. So let's keep our eye on that. Let's write earnings January 18th. Maybe it'll do some sort of gap up on earnings. I'm not going to buy right in front of earnings. All right, here's a few more. CELH. I really like this one. This has triple-digit sales and earnings. It is healthier energy drinks, healthier than, say, Monster. We got a double bottom here, and we can just draw this out. Break of a trend line, double bottom. Honestly, this was probably a buy once it retested here. This would have been a good buy on the Thursday or Friday. It's a little bit wide and loose here. Ideally, I'd love to see it just consolidate sideways for a few days and then buy it when it pushes up. Or I'd buy it when it comes back and retests this blue trend line. If it keeps blasting up, I will wait for a new pivot area. This is one I definitely want to get into, and I'm going to be thinking about buying it next week. I already showed this one to my Patreon members this weekend. So we won't save it because I already have it saved. CXDO, what a beast. Low price stock, those are always more volatile. This is not something we can really get into right now, but I definitely want to put it on the secondary watch list. Not much. The handle was so minuscule here. It would have taken a brave investor to jump in on that tiny little handle. Little bit of a trend channel. When the channel is so steep, this is just unsustainable. Let's see. Let's just pull it up on Marketsmith. CXDO. E-commerce tech, training and web-based tech, internet. It is just blasting off. Really poor performance over the last 20 years, but the last year it has been sensational. What is going on? Let's just look it up on Seeking Alpha. CXDO. Let's see. Surpasses 4 million users. Ride the cloud to growth. Gosh, I don't know. We're going to have to do some more research on this one. Let's put it on the secondary watch list. And here's Dropbox. I've been in this one many times. Let's add it once more to our DBX. I can't type and talk at the same time. Let me just add this to focus list again because it is set up pretty nicely. Got this long base, kind of a saucer pattern, William O'Neill saucer pattern. Nice little handle. I would be comfortable buying this bounce off the 50-day right here, adding to the position right here. Textbook pullback, add to it one more time right there. It's extended, so now what do? Do we buy it here? No. Wait for it to come back down. Retest 30.5, maybe even come down a little bit lower. And that's where we're going to get in. But we are a little late to the party. Let's just glance DDX. Now, I have two monitors, so I can put this on the other monitor, but I'm leaving it on this monitor for you guys. On the weekly, we see a long double bottom that is just about to break out. That could be really good. The wider the base, the farther into space, as we say. Profitable company. Decent numbers, not amazing. Plus 30% earnings. Cloud storage. I guess it's all about future expectations, right? Okay, DT. I like the look of this one too. Let's go ahead and add it. And this is messy. You're not going to find this pattern in a textbook, but messy patterns can be good. Nasty shakeout here on the gap down. Got support around the 200-day. Setting up in a handle. I don't like this. What do we call it? I cannot remember the term right now. I don't like how the handle is drifting up. We want it to drift down. And sure enough, the handle failed. Got support at the 50-day. Here's our buy point. Now, O'Neill would say to buy this, but if you think about it, this is actually extended about 10% off of this buy point. I would want to see it make a cap on top here or pull back in and retest close to the 50-day. But I do think this one's good enough for the focus list. Dynatrace. What does Dynatrace do? Cannot remember right now. Let's just pull it up on Marketsmith. Software intelligence platform to automate internet technology operations. All right. Good numbers. Plus 41 earnings, plus 26 sales, 82% gross margin. That's good. Earnings coming up in 2.5 weeks. We are just about in earnings season. We need to be cognizant of that. ESAB. This is giving us a little pocket to trade out of. Let's draw some lines here. Let me see if I already have this on focus list. No, I didn't. So I'm going to add it. Couple nice bases here, and it has extended pretty nicely off of this base. Okay, let's see. I just got interrupted again. My son lost his phone, so we just spent about 10 minutes looking for it. Of course, he had the ringer off, which makes it a little more difficult, but we found it. ESAB, what I was trying to say is, although we are a bit late to the party, this really is kind of the first time it's come near its 50-day since this breakout. Pretty traditional 20% breakout. Got a nice little pocket here. See this little pocket? Hold on. You can't see anything, can you? And in fact, it tried to break out on the last trading day, came into the supply and failed. I would wait for it to close up here near 86, or alternatively, wait for it to come back down and test at or near the 50-day. Something to remember: when the 200 days in an uptrend, the first time it touches the 200-day is a classic spot where the institutions buy. Now this was probably right in front of earnings, so I wouldn't have risked it this time around, but that's something to consider. Let's just look at it on Marketsmith. Let's see, I was just putting this on my Patreon. Welding and cutting equipment, machinery, industrials, good industry, ranked 55th out of the 200 industries. Nice looking weekly chart. Very profitable company, little tiny dividend, and the numbers are decent. Nothing to get too excited about. This isn't going to 10x in 1 year, but this might be a nice slow steady stock grinding faster, going up faster than the S&P 500. Nice stage 2 uptrend. How long is that going to last? Perhaps a while. You know, we are in an early stage bull market. But in hindsight, wouldn't it have been good to get in? How do I do this? There we go. Wouldn't it have been good to get in right here at breaking out of this IPO base? Okay, here are 3 more I just uncovered. Equitrans Midstream Corp, ETRN. This is probably oil transport, ETRN. Natural gas storage and gathering systems. Interesting. Transportation pipeline. This long base, it's just starting a stage 2. It's been pretty flat. Is it going to blow out of this trading range? I'm a little bit skeptical, but let's keep our eye on it. Numbers, triple-digit earnings last quarter. That's definitely going to give it a little momentum. And this looks like a power play from 4.4 to 9.4. Here's a flag action, broke down. Here's our buy point right there. And then you would have been grinding sideways for a long time. Let's draw a line across here. Here's your cup. Another little nice buy point here. Explosive move. I wonder if that was on earnings. Pullback buy right there. Now we're just in the little stage 2 uptrend. I'd be comfortable buying a bounce off of the lower part of this trend channel and hoping for the best with a tight stop. I put that one on focus list. FLEX. This sounds familiar. FLEX. Singaporean contract manufacturer and flexible circuits. That's right. Electrical manufacturing. Earnings coming in 2.5 weeks. Nice weekly chart. Just kind of starting a stage 2. I like to see that. Let's draw some lines here, just so we can visualize. Here's a cup. We could shake out. No handle to speak of. What is attracting what is attracting me to this stock is this nicely shaped tight pennant. This is showing a dearth of sellers, and look how, make an arrow, see how volume is coming down. I'd love to see this extend a few more days and then break to the upside. That would be our Q. Or if we wanted to get cute, we could buy it within this flag along the bottom line, trading near the danger zone, and then we'd want to set a time stop. We'd want to set a price stop of 10% or less, probably 5%, probably like 22. And we'd want to set a time stop of, I'd say, maybe 7 or 8 trading days. And then another one I liked was FOR, 4-star. 4-star? What is this? Real estate development. Yeah, home builders and the like are doing well right now. I own TOL, Toll. It's doing great. I think I'm up 30% or something like that. Earnings coming up in about a week. So if we're going to buy this, we need to buy it right now and try to have a cushion going into earnings. Nice sales and earnings. Gross margin is weak, but maybe that's just the industry. Let's see. Let's draw on some lines. Here's the first base. Wish we were in that one. Here's a nice cheat buy right there. Second base. This is kind of I don't know. Do we want to call that an ascending base? I think it's too steep. That's just a trend channel. So breakout, pullback. Here's a nice buy right here. Like this shakeout. Look how tight it's trading. I'd love for it to stay tight a handful more days, and then maybe buy it on earnings day if it opens to the upside on earnings day. That will be our play. That would be my play. Do this. This is not investment advice, by the way. I want you to invest at your own risk. This is just for entertainment and education. Let's see. Earnings coming. Wait for earnings. And we can do, let me show you a little trick. On stockcharts.com, if you go symbol summary, it'll give you the earnings date right here. 123 before market open. Copy it. And let's paste that right in here. Just put it right there. Let's see, 2 minutes. Let me find you one. So you know what? Let's just look at this one on Seeking Alpha instead. FOR. Four-star group. Undervalued even after recent price surge. Just looking at some of these analysis articles here. This an analyst rates it as a buy. Residential lot developer, building infrastructure, strategically targets regions with growth potential and favorable economic conditions. Sounds good to me. Nice looking house. So we could go through and read some of these articles. And we can also look at financials and quantitative information here on Seeking Alpha. Link in the description. They are my partner. I get a small, commission. That's a word. I get a small commission if you end up subscribing through my link. So we made it all the way to F, maybe halfway. Is that halfway through the alphabet? Probably not even half. I'm going to do the rest on my own. I can go a lot faster when I'm not pausing and talking to you guys. I will see what other charts I can uncover to put on my focus list. This is one that I just bought actually right here. Fro on the pullback. This is an oil tanker stock. But I'll just scroll through like this, looking for ones that aren't too extended. This has got potential here as it bounces off the 50-day. But it has been a half hour, so I'm going to stop there. Let me know if you have any comments or questions. Feel free to check out my Patreon. Link in the description below, and I'll try to get out another video here on YouTube in a few days or as soon as I can. Good luck in the market, everybody.